be working in Microsoft Word to insert a table. So if you have Office 365, you will go ahead and click on it, and this will lead you to a page for all of the Microsoft apps. If you look to my left hand side, you see Microsoft apps there, and it will present many apps, and then we have Microsoft Word. So you can go ahead and open Microsoft Word there and create a new document. That is one way we can open it. Or an additional way is to click on our search bar at the bottom and go ahead and type in Word. As you can see, it pre-populated for me because I've looked for it this way before. But if you haven't, it may not be there, and Word will populate. We will then go ahead and click on the brand new document. Now, if you've watched my previous insert tab videos, you notice that you will know already that we can go ahead and insert the date by clicking on the calendar icon. And today is September 28, 2025, and I'm going to go ahead and insert that. For the sake of the video, I will highlight it by left clicking, double clicking multiple times until the area is gray. And then once I do that, I can go ahead and change my font size. Also here, by the way, you can change your font color. You can highlight the font. There's quite a few things that you can do. Alrighty, if I wanted to highlight, I would click on the yellow tab. If I wanted to make the font bold or underline it or italicize it, I do have to click on it. But there it is bold, there it is italicized, and there it is underlined. But that's just because we're here. That's not the reason for the video today, but I'll keep it anyway. Why not? So please make sure, if you notice, my cursor is still italicized, which means that it will still write in italics, bold, and underline. Make sure when you use these features, you unclick them to uh, bring the font to the normal font, um, as far as removing bold, underlining, or highlighting. So let's go ahead and take that off. But anyway, today we are going to proceed with our insert tab, and we are going to insert a table. Now, if you notice, we have a table here, but we also have a very small arrow that indicates we can draw a table, we can insert an Excel spreadsheet, or we also have another option for quick tables. Now, quick tables, as you can see, they are built-in tables that are similar to calendars. Okay, so you do have that option there if you like. So let's go ahead and start by inserting our own table. So I am going to make my table 5 columns wide and 5 rows down. Okay, so our rows go across, our columns go down. So 5 columns wide, 5 rows down. So let me just double check my work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1 column, 2 columns, 3 columns, 4, and 5. Now, if this is what you're looking for, then this is what you will select. And voila, there we are. We have created our columns and our rows, and essentially it equates to a table, right? So, with this table, I wanted to introduce many other things that you can do. For example, you can shade inside of the table. So let's go ahead and do that by clicking on our shading, highlighting what we want to shade, and you can shade a color in the table. If you wanted to proceed with shading more different colors, you can, of course, right? Make sure we're in the Insert tab, highlight the area that we want to shade, and let's go ahead and go to our tables here. And then we're going to explore shading in this area. So here we are. Let's highlight here. Notice we have our shade here and we can shade there. Okay, so keep in mind how I did that. I would left click into the box, turn it gray, and then I would choose my color that I desire. Okay, there we are. Left click, turn it gray, and then choose a color. So there you are for shading in the box. Now if I'd like to type in the box, I must click in the box that I'd like to type in and go ahead and type in. So let's say I said Monday, and I can tab to go over to the next tab. Tuesday, etc. Right? And then if I wanted to type in the columns below, you continue on by clicking in the box, okay? Numbers, colors, etc. Alrighty. So if you did it this way, this will give you the option to fill in as you'd like. So let me see here. With that said, I'd like you to design a table specific to some of your needs. And it can be totally up to you what data you put in there. But let's say, for example, I wanted to complete here Monday and then Tuesday, right? And let's say I want to say, well, on Mondays, right, I have specific things I need to do. So Mondays, maybe I'll wash my car, right, grocery shop, and then in the evenings, I'll go to the movies. And then at night, I will start some laundry. Those are going to be my chores for Monday. So you will create a chart, a table that fits a specific need that you'd like. So I can say weekly weekly uh, responsibilities. Right, weekly responsibilities. And that is going to be the information that will be found in this particular chart. Weekly responsibilities. And remember, I can highlight to bold and underline. There we are. So maybe it will be for the week of September 28th. Totally up to you to design it. Now, the second part of this assignment, okay, you are going to insert an additional table, and it will come from the quick tables. So with our quick tables, we have many options, but you will choose one that you like. Alrighty? So let's see here. I'm going to choose this quick table, which is essentially a calendar. Okay? And then I'm going to type what I would like in there that's going to reflect some of my responsibilities for this particular assignment and things that I will do for the days of the week. So maybe every Tuesday night I go to the movies. Right? Okay. So I think you have the idea. Now, there are different formatting options you can explore, by clicking in this area here. So that is nice for you to just play with and see what your options are, right? When you click on this area, it will present to you, this area here, what options you have. So feel free to just play around and see what works for you. But nevertheless, fill in the calendar with obligations that you may have. Also, I wanted to briefly touch upon the outer lines of the table where you have the option to take some of the borders away and even add them. If you notice, when I click on that column area there to the left, there is no line on the left anymore. But let's say I use this plus area here, and then I go to my border trimmings. I can bring that option back. So left border, if I want all border, if I'd like to do a diagonal border. Okay, so you can explore inside borders only. You can explore what you'd like to do. So here's my diagonal border. Alrighty, I just want you to go in and familiarize yourself as to what options are there. We also have our border styles, which determines how thick you would like the border to be. Maybe you just want this to be highlighted a little darker. Okay, and that's going to fall under our border styles. The key is to get in here, click around, and just explore this area for tables here in Microsoft Word. Make sure you have autosave on. I am going to save it to my OneDrive, and I am going to name the document Table Assignment. Okay, there you have it. My table assignment is there. Now, I like to save a copy, File, and then I go to Save a Copy. And then for me, I have to go into different settings, but I'm going to put it on this PC under CTE Competencies. I have a Computer Solutions folder. My table assignment is there, and then I'm going to save it. Alrighty. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to contact me and have fun playing around with the tables assignment today.